Okay, welcome guys to the next blending tutorial. So today we're going to be making a flower pot. It's a pretty simple kind of project. So let's go ahead with a circle to begin with. We're going to go ahead and just scale this outwards. S to scale, so you guys can see what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and split the atom here, so you guys can see the side view. So on the first view, we're going to want to press number 1 on the number pad. So you've got the side view right here. If you don't have that, we've got view and align views, and we've got viewpoint as well, which will give you top, bottom, front, back, left, right, general stuff. So with this one, what I'm going to do, we've got side view, we've got normal view. So we're going to go ahead and we'll do the circle right here. We'll go edit mode. What I'm going to do is going to press F for fill. And from here, this will be the base. We're going to go E fret extrude. And what you want to do is just get that nice little lip around the outside. So we're going to go E fret extrude, bring it up. We'll do this distance right here. S for scale, just bring it outwards just ever so slightly. E fret extrude. And then we'll do another S for scale just to bring this out again, just ever so slightly. So you've got that nice little curve just at the side. And then we're going to go E fret extrude straight up. So what you want to do with this part is we're going to scale it outwards so it's got that nice little pot bit. And we'll go E fret extrude again. Little lip on the inside just here. S for scale, bring it out. And then E fret extrude again, keep it where it is. S for scale, bring it out. And then we're going to go E fret extrude, bring it up. S for scale. And we'll go on to the outside, E fret extrude, bring it up just to here, S for scale, and then E fret extrude, S for scale, bring it inwards onto the middle right here. So now we have this nice little pot going on. Oops. And what we're going to do next is I'm going to go E fret extrude, leave it where it is, and then we'll press S for scale to bring it in. Now this is the point where we're going to need the X-ray. So to get the X-ray, we're just going to go toggle X-ray, and we're going to go E fret extrude, bring it down, S for scale, just so you've got that nice little lip up on the inside right here, if you can see that. And then we're just going to go E fret extrude, we'll bring it down, and you can make a little lip on the inside if you'd like to as well. And then we'll go E fret extrude, bring it down. Now what you want to do at this point is you can either go out to the outside right here, so we can scale this onto the outside and you can have a thin lip, or if you want a thicker pot, we can go just inwards right here, E fret extrude, bring it down, scale it inwards. You want to give it that nice thick kind of ceramic pot, E fret extrude. And we'll go ahead and we'll just scale this in. So this is the inside of our pot right now. If we go to the object mode right here, we can now see that we've got this nice little plant pot. We're going to go ahead, right click, shade smooth. So at this point, we have this nice little plant pot, but it doesn't quite look like a plant pot. So what we're going to do, go to the shading tab right here. We're going to add some texture to this. So if we go with, just click this one right here. So we go with new, because we currently don't have a material to this. We can go with add, and we've got different textures right here. We've got brick texture, we've got checker texture, all of these ones to choose from. You can choose absolutely anything that you want. Usually, I would use noise textures for something like this. So if we plug the noise texture in, see that we've got all this kind of funkiness going on. If you press scale, I bring this up, we can now make these little kind of bumps. So if you place your noise texture right here, I'm just going to go ahead and just pull this up. So we're going to go noise texture right here. We'll add a colour ramp just into the side right here. And we're going to go ahead and add a nice little kind of orangey brown, I would say. You can have multiple colours here. So let's go with this one. Let's Make this one maybe a little bit lighter. Just at the side there. Maybe it's got some moss growing on it. Let's go ahead and add another one. Just bring that in. Maybe a little bit of a darker tone this time. So now we've got this kind of pot look. So if this was for a regular pot, this would be a great thing for you to do, kind of thing. If you wanted something that was painted, I would say just kind of go with mutual colours and then add more metallic to it. But I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So let's do this one real quick. So if we go to add and we go bump, place your bump in right here. You want to go colour to height. Generally, so if we move some of these tones, you can now get different ones. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the black actually. Let's get rid of that black. You can do these different tones in a way that it makes it look like maybe the pot wasn't set properly as well. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this yellow as well. Maybe have something like this. Make this a little bit darker. Maybe take this yellow and just make this one a little bit more darker as well. Just as such. Right, so once we've got all this in just here, what we can do, we can duplicate these two. So if we go Shift D, duplicate these, then we can change this to roughness. So at the moment, I believe that we're still in Eevee. So if we go to the render tab right here, go to Eevee, change it to cycles, and then we can press render. And our light is missing from our scene, wherever the light went. I think the light's on the inside, there it is. Right, so if I just take this light out right here, and just press render, we can see that we've got our pot right there. I'm going to go ahead and just turn this light up a little bit actually. Okay, so once we've got our light on this side, we can also do our light on that side. Maybe just take these two, Shift D, rotate, and we'll go 90. So we've got that all around it. So now you can see that we've got this pot right here going on. So with this, we can now change the distance, add a little bit of texture to it. You see this right here, all this texture. So if you mess around with your distance, this is what's gonna happen. So we have no texture, and now if we turn our distance up, we now have texture. So we can do the exact same thing with the colour on this side as well. So now you can see that we've got this nice little bumpiness going on with the pot. You can also turn up your metallic slightly as well if you wanted to. So it's a nice bumpy shiny pot that you can put in your garden, however you're putting it. So we could also put on here as well imperfections. So what we need a mix, I believe it is. Yes. So if we just place our mix right here, if you guys can see that, I'll just pull this up a little bit. So we've got our base colour right here. And then we have our roughness right here. So this mix right here, what I'm going to do is take these two that are at the side of the mix. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add, and we will go with Veroni texture. I'm going to place the Veroni texture right under here. I'm going to take this bump and I'm going to go Shift D to duplicate. We'll place this under here. So we're going to go colour to height from the Veroni to the bump. And then from the bump, we will go to the B on the mix. So what this is going to do now is going to add little scratches, or little imperfections to our stuff. So if we scale up the Veroni texture, just ever so slightly, if you can see that happening, we've got these little bumps going on. So if I just go ahead and just disconnect the base colour just for one moment, and say we go factor B. So, don't know whether you can see this on the recording, but there are little hairline cracks just in the middle here. If I just go ahead and scale this up, you see those all coming up. So these little hairline cracks, so to speak, are the little imperfections that we can place onto our little piece right here. So it could have been scratched, it could have been dropped at some point, maybe it's not been set properly, whatever you'd like it to be. So those are in there now. And when we move this factor from B to A, we can now get the texture coming back. So if we go from factor to about 50% right here, roughly 50%, we can now get both textures on here. I would say just play around with it a little bit, see what goes on. So now we can reconnect the colour ramp to the base colour at the back. And now we have this nice little textured pot. You can mess around with your metallic if you want to. And on our layouts, this is what we should have. So we go to add, plane. And now we can see how much shine this actually has, because sometimes you can't see the shine on it. You have to come back and do certain things. So to reduce your shine, all you need to do, shading, click this, and we'll turn down the metallic just ever so slightly. So we've got the mirror right here. If you wanted like a brass pot or something like that, that's how you would do the mirror on that one. And if you wanted a regular pot, this is how you would do it on that one. So with different colours with this as well, what we can do is if I take this pot and I just shift duplicate this, I just press G. I think my dog wants letting out, he's crying. So I'll take him out into the back garden in a minute. If we get 3 pots at the back here, I'll do this real quick. Oh, we're out. Quarter, baby, come on. So my dog is incredibly good at opening baby gates. Ain't you, buddy? Quarter. Wait, come here. Yeah. My dog is incredibly good at opening baby gates. I think he wants to be let out. So, right, yeah. I'll do this real quick for you guys. Let's go shading. We'll take these 3 pots right here. So we've got this material, which is the original material. So I'm just going to put original. And then we're going to go duplicate. Take this pot right here. And this is going to be original 01. So we're going to go for 2, version 2. So with this one, what we can do, we can change the colours of this. So we can change this to a blue. If you wanted to, just different shades of blue. So just come into the colour ramp right here. Let's go with this one. Change this to a nice blue right here. And then we can turn the metallic up as well, if you wanted to. So now you've got a nice little blue pot. With this one, again, duplicate, we can change this to 3, the third, oh, it's not 32, 3, the third texture. You can go with this with red, maybe, if you wanted a red pot, red and pinks. And then this one, again, duplicate it out. This is 4, and I don't know, we could go for a green with this one. Go ahead. Change that to what you need it to be. Yellows, greens. Kind of a yucky kind of green. You can even go ahead and change the white if you wanted to something else. So yeah, this is basically how you do it. plant pot tutorial. I was going to say something else then. Plant pot tutorial. There you go. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and let my dog outside because clearly he needs to go. So yes, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.